The Lycurgus Cup, a Roman glass goblet dating back to the 3rd or 4th century CE, has captivated scientists and historians alike, not for its artistic merit alone, but for a truly baffling optical property, its ability to change color depending on the angle of light and whether it's illuminated. For centuries, scholars and connoisseurs admired its exquisite craftsmanship and the intricate relief depicting the mythical king Lycurgus's punishment by Dionysus. But it wasn't until the 1980s that a team of British scientists, led by Dr. Jocelyn Godwin, began to rigorously examine its unique optical behavior and uncovered a groundbreaking, almost unbelievable, discovery. The glass contained tiny, precisely arranged nanoparticles of gold and silver, a discovery that led to the controversial hypothesis of ancient nanotechnology. The conventional understanding of Roman glassmaking techniques at the time simply couldn't account for the creation of such uniformly sized and dispersed nanoparticles. Roman artisans were masters of their craft, creating stunning mosaics and sculptures. But the level of precision demonstrated in the Lycurgus Cup seemed to transcend their known capabilities. The color change itself is quite remarkable. When viewed in transmitted light passing through the glass, the cup appears a deep emerald green. However, when illuminated from the front reflected light, the glass transforms into a vibrant ruby red. This dynamic shift, governed by the angle of observation, defies simple explanation based on standard optical principles of colored glass. Jocelyn Godwin, an art historian with a keen interest in the esoteric and a background in studying ancient symbolism, initially suspected the cup held a secret, not just of color, but of knowledge. She posited that the Lycurgus Cup was a tangible manifestation of ancient philosophical or spiritual concepts, encoded in its very composition. Her initial research led her to explore the Hermetic tradition, a blend of Greek philosophy, Egyptian mysticism, and Gnostic thought that was popular among elite Roman intellectuals. Hermeticism emphasized the interconnectedness of the microcosm, the individual, and the macrocosm, the universe, and sought to unlock hidden knowledge through symbolic language and esoteric practices. Godwin theorized that the color-changing properties of the cup could be a visual representation of the Hermetic principle of as above, so below, the idea that the patterns and forces at play in the universe are mirrored in the individual human being. The changing colors, she suggested, symbolize the shifting perspectives and internal transformations that accompany spiritual growth. However, it was the subsequent scientific analysis, spearheaded by Peter Hamblin and Richard Taylor at the University of Oxford, that provided concrete evidence supporting Godwin's initial intuition. Using electron microscopy, they discovered the presence of incredibly small particles of gold and silver, scattered uniformly throughout the glass matrix. These particles were far smaller than anything that could have been intentionally created using the tools and techniques known to Roman artisans. The size of the particles was crucial. They ranged from 2 to 20 nanometers in diameter, a nanometer being 1/1,000,000th of a meter. Such tiny particles are not visible under a conventional microscope and would have been virtually undetectable by the Romans, even if they had somehow managed to create them. The uniform dispersion of the nanoparticles was equally astonishing. They were distributed so evenly throughout the glass that their collective effect on the light was maximized, resulting in the dramatic color change. Achieving such uniformity, especially without modern manufacturing techniques, presented a formidable challenge to the conventional narrative of Roman glassmaking. The explanation for how these nanoparticles were created and incorporated into the glass remains the most controversial aspect of the Lycurgus Cup mystery. The conventional hypothesis suggests that the nanoparticles may have formed spontaneously during the glassmaking process, perhaps through the accidental introduction of tiny amounts of gold and silver during the smelting of the raw materials. However, this explanation is considered unlikely by many scientists. The formation of such perfectly sized and uniformly dispersed nanoparticles would require extremely precise control over the chemical reactions and physical conditions during the glass-making process. A level of control that seems improbable given the available technology. The alternative, and far more provocative, hypothesis is that the Romans possessed some form of ancient nanotechnology, the ability to manipulate matter at the atomic and molecular level to create materials with specific properties. This idea, while seemingly outlandish, has gained traction among some researchers who believe that the Lycurgus Cup provides compelling evidence of advanced technological capabilities in the ancient world. Proponents of the ancient nanotechnology hypothesis suggest that the Romans may have used a process similar to colloidal chemistry, the study of particles suspended in a liquid, to create the nanoparticles. They may have employed natural processes, such as the interaction of gold and silver salts with heat and light, to induce the formation of the tiny particles and then incorporated them into the molten glass. However, even if the Romans were able to create the nanoparticles, the challenge remains of dispersing them uniformly throughout the glass matrix. This would require a sophisticated mixing technique that would prevent the particles from clumping together. Some researchers have proposed that the Romans may have used a technique similar to ultrasonic dispersion, the use of high-frequency sound waves to break up clumps of particles, although evidence for the existence of such technology in ancient Rome is lacking. Furthermore, the uniform size of the nanoparticles remains a significant puzzle. Achieving such precise control over particle size without modern techniques would require an incredibly accurate and repeatable process. Some researchers have proposed that the Romans may have used naturally occurring mineral structures, such as zeolites, porous crystalline minerals, as templates for the formation of the nanoparticles. However, this hypothesis is also speculative and lacks definitive evidence. The ancient nanotechnology hypothesis remains highly controversial, and many scientists remain skeptical of the notion that the Romans possessed such advanced technological capabilities. Despite the controversy, the Lycurgus Cup continues to fascinate scientists and historians, prompting new research and challenging conventional wisdom about the technological capabilities of the ancient world. The cup serves as a tangible reminder of the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the Romans, and raises profound questions about the potential for lost technologies and forgotten knowledge. The implications of the ancient nanotechnology hypothesis extend far beyond the study of Roman glassmaking. If the Romans were indeed capable of manipulating matter at the nanoscale, it would suggest that ancient civilizations may have possessed a much deeper understanding of physics and material science than previously thought. Moreover, it would challenge the traditional narrative of technological progress, which typically emphasizes the linear development of science and technology from ancient times to the present day. It would suggest that ancient civilizations may have possessed knowledge and technologies that were subsequently lost or forgotten. The Lycurgus Cup, therefore, stands as a complex and enigmatic artifact, prompting us to reconsider our assumptions about the past and to explore the possibility that ancient civilizations may have possessed a remarkable understanding of the fundamental laws of nature. The study of the Lycurgus Cup has also spurred further investigation into other ancient artifacts that exhibit unusual optical properties. Researchers are now examining other Roman and Egyptian glass objects, as well as ancient pottery and ceramics, in search of similar evidence of nanotechnology. The search for ancient nanotechnology is a challenging and ongoing endeavor, but the potential rewards are immense. Uncovering the secrets of ancient technologies could provide valuable insights into the history of science and technology, and could even inspire new innovations in modern materials, science, and engineering. The story of the Lycurgus Cup is a testament to the enduring power of human curiosity and the importance of questioning conventional wisdom. It is a reminder that the past is not always what we think it is, and that there are still many mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Ultimately, the Lycurgus Cup stands as a captivating enigma, a beautiful and enigmatic artifact that challenges our understanding of the past and inspires us to explore the boundless potential of human ingenuity.